We've all been there. You think of a great joke or an awesome idea, and yet you're met with a lackluster response. Kind of like this.
Hey guys, guess what biscuit I'd be if I was a biscuit?
It's got to be your turn at this point.
What biscuit would you be if you were a biscuit?
A Will Bourbon?
F*** off.
Like a bourbon?
Now imagine if you had a platform to keep attempting to push that joke or idea on your audience until they eventually submitted to your vision through sheer exhaustion. Welcome to Vince McMahon's WWE. I'm Adam Wilborn from What Culture, and these are 10 gimmicks WWE refuse to give up on. Number 10, the cuckold. 2 for the price of 1. Sucks to be you, Mike Kanellis and Rusev. Does Vince just really enjoy watching men get ridiculed by their partners on TV? Yes he does. This sadistic bastard thinks this sort of thing is funnier than being pushed into a pool fully clothed, which is bloody funny. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins and Charlotte Flair and Andrade, you have been warned. Number 9. King, insert mid-carder. The King of the Ring tournament is a fantastic concept. By beating a host of top-name stars, a wrestler can establish themselves as a serious threat in the company. Just look at Stone Cold Steve Austin and Edge. God, I miss you too. Therefore, you'd think that WWE would copy and paste that approach, not fabricate a gimmick based only on the fact that the tournament has the word King in it. Yet, here we are in 2019, and after Baron Corbin bantered his way to victory, although it was pretty mint to be honest, we now live in the genius era of King Corbin. The frustrating thing is that having a dude walk around WWE with a crap-looking crown and cape in 2019 takes a wrestler from potential main event star to real star cannon fodder. Random kings don't work in the modern era, Vince. Just let it go, mate. Although, let's just watch Corbin's throne collapse to cheer ourselves up a bit. That's better. Number 8, the fun merchants. Do you know what's fun? Being told that a wrestler is having loads of fun, and said wrestler then being instructed to dedicate their entire persona to having fun. In 2019, we have been reminded almost every time that the Lucha House Party have graced our screen that the trio like to have fun. They bounce around the ring, wave their hands in the air, and have colourful masks. Fun, 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 fun. Kill me. Some talents have made fun work in their favour. The New Day have used their own brand of hilarity to add some much-needed levity to the company, whilst not losing any of their competitive spirit when the moment calls for it. The key difference here, though, is that the New Day made us laugh on their own terms, and we didn't need to be told how much fun they were having because we could see it. Number 7, the big immovable monster. Big bad monsters in WWE have been a part of the furniture for as long as anyone can remember. The reason? If you need to generate sympathy for a plucky babyface and give them an obstacle that is unrealistically insurmountable, there's nothing better than throwing a Goliath wrecking ball into the path of your soon-to-be hero. Also, the big immovable monster offers a level of spectacle that will never not be cool. That's right, big is cool. I'm big, and look at me here. Cool. Try and convince yourself that you weren't in awe of Andre the Giant, Big Show, Kane, or the second coming of Braun Strowman, minus pissy trousers, when you first saw them. You can see why Vince McMahon has returned to this well on numerous occasions, although that doesn't mean it's a guarantee that a monster will get over with a live audience. Just think of Lars Sullivan, the Great Khali, and foot botherer Gene Snitsky. If there's not enough talent behind the performer of freakish stature, the gimmick falls flat, and McMahon will move on to his next plaything. Number 6, glamour equals better. You'd think, given WWE runs an actual anti-bullying, be a star program, the days of incessant name-calling and juvenile fat-shaming would be over. Nope! Nia Jax found herself tangled up in a feud with one-time best bud Alexa Bliss, in which the latter began to body shame and bully the former on the road to her Raw Women's Championship match at WrestleMania 34. Almost 10 years earlier, WWE didn't exactly have quite the same tact in handling the issue. Mickie James was subjected to jarring insults of Piggy James by Michelle McCool and Layla that felt lazy and irresponsibly executed. Plus, look at Mickie James. WWE haven't fully learned from their mistakes of a decade ago either. In September 2019, Mandy Rose resorted to calling out Nikki Cross as ugly in comparison to the Fire and Desire team member. Surely WWE can think of a better feud stimulus for these talented women than immature aesthetic put-downs. But for whatever reason, they insist on using this trope as a limp attempt to elicit heat. Number 5. Brock Lesnar, the final boss. In recent years, he's played WWE's resident Thanos, with all who stepped before him being swatted like flies. AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, and Finn Balor all didn't have enough to topple the Beast incarnate, so when someone actually did, it would mean something. Goldberg, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins have all received the Lesnar conquering rub in recent years, and with him now reigning as your current WWE champion at time of recording, you can bet your ass that WWE will squeeze a few more programs involving a tyrannical Lesnar being overthrown on a big stage out before his run with the company is over. Number 4. The slapstick loser heel. It does make sense in the grand scheme of things for a heel to get their comeuppance. It also makes sense to ramp up a character's downfall to the degree of slapstick hilarity in order to provoke a joyful response from the audience. What doesn't make sense is for that downfall to come every single sodding week. That character never coming good on any threat or becoming a glorified jobber. That is the position that Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, and at one point The Miz have all found themselves in. McMahon obviously has a fondness for silly slapstick, and that has been prevalent in WWE for decades. But to diminish a character to the point of them being a guaranteed loser surely doesn't do anything for the talent or the company in the long run. They do look silly though, don't they? Number 3. Cult leader. It feels as though it has been quite some time since we had our last cult leader lay waste to WWE's landscape with the help of some devoted followers, but rest assured, it will be only a matter of time before McMahon decides to band a group of meandering entities together to follow a star he's got big plans for. There was Bray Wyatt and his entrusted Wyatt family, CM Punk, Straight Edge Society, and of course, The Brood, featuring friend of the channel, Gangrel. Love you, big guy. Cult leaders have a tendency to elevate all who follow them, so you can see why WWE aren't quick to give this one a rest just yet. Who knows, AJ Styles could transform the OC into his own personal terror cult before 2019 is up. Number 2. The Enforcer. In one of the most perplexing notions ever to tumble out of Vince McMahon's mind, and think what that means, one day he decided that some wrestlers, those people who fight in the ring over who's the better individual, needed protection. Better yet, a full-blown enforcer. To the amazement of the paying public, it actually worked too. Over the years, many heels have used this silent bodyguard character to help gain an upper hand in their feuds. Everyone from Batista to Ezekiel Jackson has played the part as Vince McMahon indulges in his big dude fantasies on a generational basis. In recent times, Drew McIntyre re-announced himself on the main roster in a similar role, protecting his protege, Dolph Ziggler. In 2019, he was hired as Shane McMahon's personal hit goon to, well, brutalize. If you want to get your big guy over as a powerhouse that isn't to be messed with, this gimmick works a treat. If you want them to be considered as a serious world title contender, a personality has to lie beneath the brawn. A fact WWE have learnt time and time again. It's only a matter of time before Walter becomes Sami Zayn's new silent muscle. Just you wait. Number 1. Pissed off veteran. In 1997, Bret Hart had been quite vocal about his disliking of the company's Attitude Era seeds being planted, and this ill feeling was pushed on screen as he started to lambast the fans for their love of all things Attitude. Go on then.
What about the Attitude Era? What about the Attitude Era? What about the Attitude Era?
It led to one of the most controversial moments in wrestling history when Hart left this new frontier to join WCW after it became clear that the chairman wouldn't be able to afford to fulfill his 20-year contract that he signed a year prior. Yet some good came from that toxic screwjob ending. A new gimmick, the entitled pissed off old veteran, was born, and the likes of Randy Orton and Batista have turned on the fans that once cheered them in an act of frustration over how they've been unappreciated in the company. In the last year, Orton and Chris Jericho, admittedly outside of WWE, have taken it upon themselves to exact revenge on the current crop of stars as a way of finding retribution for their lack of support or respect from the fans and higher-ups. The gimmick helps extract a couple more competitive years out of aging superstars and also gives younger performers a chance to share the stage with bona fide big-timers. Hence why WWE continues to reuse it. And that's our list. Did we miss any out? Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And subscribe to What Culture Wrestling on either iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from for daily wrestling podcasts too. Plus, you can check out more recent videos here. Thanks for watching. I've been Adam from What Culture, and I'll see you soon.